everyone, it's Olivia from Girlybunches, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to do this half hexagon just to straighten off the edge of a blanket that you might be making. I showed you how to do the hexagon in my last video. I shall link that or wherever I shall link it. But this is just going to be showing you the half hexagon. The same principle as the hexagon, but it's a little bit different because you have to turn the work because we're not working in a round here, so I will show you how to do that. So here's an expanded version which I've made in the double knit yarn and my 4mm hook. So it's this gap here that we want to fill up. You don't have to if you're making a blanket. There's no reason why you can't leave it open like that. It's still pretty, but it's just not an edge that I wanted to have on my blanket. This edge isn't so bad, but this one's quite deep, so I wanted to fill that up with a half hexagon. So I've got my double knit yarn here and my 4mm hook, like I mentioned already, and I'm just going to start off like we did with the hexagon, 5 chains. Start off with the number of chains that you did for your hexagon. So if you altered it for your tension and you did 6 maybe, then I would continue using 6, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, which is what I've been using for the other hexagons, and just do a slip stitch to join that loop, just as before. So if I just have a quick look at the hexagon we've got here, so we need to make it we need to make half of what we've got already, so but we also need sides to make it a nice straight edge. So we're going to start off by doing 2 chains, and then we're going to do a treble, so 2 trebles together basically. So there's the second one, and then it's finished off together, so it gives the impression of half of one of those groups that we started off with. So there's our 3 trebles together, but I only want half of one because I want to have a side and then 3 full ones and then another side. It feels like there's going to be 3 and 2 halves of these groups, which seems excessive, but it gives you that nice straight edge. So then we're going to do the 2 chains between the groups like we did in the hexagon, and then we're going to do 3 trebles together. Okay, remember I'm British and I use British terminology, so you may know that as a double crochet, but I've always called this a treble. There's our 3 trebles together, so you start off the treble but don't finish it, then start another one and then another one, and you leave all of the loops on the hook and then you finish it off in one sweep. So that's our first of the 3 full 3 trebles together. So 2 chain spaces between them, as the same as the hexagon, or the full hexagon I should say, and I'm just doing my next 3 trebles together. So I'm starting them but not finishing and leaving the last loop on the hook, and then I'll finish them all off in one go like so. 2 chains, and my next 3 trebles together, so starting the one but not finishing it, start the next one, not finishing it, and then start the third and last one of the group, not finishing it, and then pulling the yarn through all 3, and then 2 chains, and now we're going to repeat this process over here with just the half of a group. So I'm going to do 2 trebles together and finish them off in one go, and like I did with the hexagon, I'm just going to pull that tail nice and tight, and then that gives us a half circle look. Okay, next round. So we aren't working in a round, so this time we're going to chain 3 and I'm going to turn around. Now I've chained 3 because I want to elongate this edge. If we don't, it will be too tight. I want to give the impression of a long edge. So 3 chains, and then I'm going to finish off what would be the next group of 3 trebles with just a treble. So that looks like that. And as we did for the hexagon, the second round has 2 lots of 3 trebles in each 2 chain space from the first row. So I've turned the work and I'm working 2 chains, and into that same chain space as before I'm going to do 3 trebles together. And then finish it off. So that's sort of like 1.5. Now I'm going to do 2 chains again, just as we did on the hexagon, and then I'm going to do my 2 lots of trebles together into that next chain space. So there's my first one. Again, 2 chains between them, and then work the next 3 trebles together into that same space. So we're trying to make a semicircle here. I'm going to repeat this into that next one here. So 2 chains, 3 trebles together, finish that off, 2 chains into that same space, 3 trebles together, as you can see we're making a nice semicircle here. So on this last gap here we're going to do the same. So there's my two chains, and then we're going to do the group of 3 trebles, 2 chains, and just like we did here I've got my full one there, and I just need to do my half one here. So I'll start my treble into that very top stitch there, and then the same space there, just the 2 trebles together, and finish them off. And there we go, we've got a nice sweeping half circle there. And now next round is our final one, but the next one you're either going to join it, which I'll show you how to do, or we're just going to finish it. So I'll just show you if you were going to be sewing them together. So as we did with the hexagon, 3 chains to replace the first treble, because the last round is all trebles. And then I'm going to turn that work around, and same principle as I've been doing here. I kind of want the impression of half of a group, so I'm just going to do a treble into that first space there. And then I'm going to do my 2 chains, because each corner had 2 chains, and that's what made it a corner. And otherwise I would just go straight across. So this is a corner part because it needs to join to here or here. And I'm just going to do my next 3 trebles into that chain space, 2 chain space from the previous round. I'll just take my hook out and show you. There we go. So that's my half of a group, and there's my corner. So now I'm just going to work straight into that gap there, no chains between them, and just do 3 trebles, just like I was doing on the hexagon. And then this is going to become a corner. So 3 trebles, and then 2 chains, and 3 trebles, So you can see it's made a corner here, straight edge and a corner, and then this one here is just going to be 3 trebles, and then you guessed it, this is going to be a corner. Oops. So I'm going to do my 2 chains here to make the corner, and then do my 3 trebles, and then we're going to do a side part, so that's just 3 trebles, and then we're going to finish off the same way we did here as a corner. So straight into that 2 chain space, we'll do the trebles, two chains, and then I'm going to do my last 2 trebles into I'm going to do 1 treble into that space there, and I'm going to do the last one into the top of that 3rd chain, or that group there, and then that gives us the half hexagon, which would fit very nicely into that gap there, and you would just sew in. But now I'm going to show you as if you were joining as you go. So I've done the first 2 rounds, and now we're going to chain 3. I'm going to turn that around. I'm going to do my next treble, and now because we're making the corner, I'm just going to chain 1. I'm going to pick up my work, and again placing them back sides to back side, or wrong sides, that would be a nicer way of saying it. You don't want to show your back side, do you? Oh dear. Then we're going to do the just the double attaching stitch there. So now we've joined that corner, just lay it down, you can see I've joined that corner, and now I'm going to do my other 3 trebles into that same space. You can see that there. You can see that. So now we're doing a straight edge, so I'm just going to go and join to this. Now this bit here, we want to make sure that we're going in between the corner 3 and the side, so in between, oh dear, sorry, and then join that there. Now I'll continue to do my 3 trebles into that next space along. I'll just lay this down again so you can see that we've going up the side here. So I'm going to now join in between these 2 here. Like I say, it's a little bit more fiddly than the others, but just take it nice and slow. So I'm just checking that I'm making sure I'm going in between that gap there. Do my join. We're going to work into a corner here now, so this will be 3 trebles, 1 chain, and then that what would be the last next one would be the connecting one. So we're going to go in between these 2 here, and I'm just going to grab that around there. Finish off that corner with another 3 trebles. I'll just take the hook out and show you. So we've navigated that corner there, so we're just going to carry on doing exactly the same thing that we did when we were doing the hexagons and this side part, and I'll join you when I get back down to here. Okay, so I'm just finishing up here, so I'm going to be doing my 3 trebles, I'm going to do my 1 chain, and then I'm going to connect it to that corner part there, my joining stitch, and I'm just going to finish off with my 2 trebles, sorry, 1 into that space and then 1 into that final was at the top of the 3rd stitch there, and then I'm just going to cut my yarn and pull that nice and tight. You do have a little bit of a hangover there, but if you do a finishing row you can cover that up, which is what I plan to do on mine. If I just tuck that under, you can see it's a slight hangover there, but it's better than this massive gap. So that's how I am making the half hexagons. Very quick, very simple, just straightens off that edge really nicely. So that's how I've done that. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, I would love a thumbs up, that would be really great. If you haven't subscribed, why don't you consider subscribing, because I am back and I am going to be making more content. If you've got any ideas or suggestions or questions, let me know and I will do my best to help. So thanks again for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.